3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? I fucked up the original intro, so now we're doing this again, and it's gonna be really awkward if I try to go through the whole thing with the same energy. So instead, I'm Derek, that's Iain, that's Geronimo. We do the podcast thingy. What up?
what it is.
He said, I'm doing my
I'm doing that shit again.
Hell yeah. What's poppin', y'all? Geronimo back in this thing with the crew. For the listeners, I'm rocking the old college shirt because it was laundry day, so we had to get one of them older shirts on for the day. So
I feel you. Yeah. For the audio listeners, Iain has his whole his red do-rag on. Just to let y'all know.
I got the
And it's Mr. Softy shirt. He think he fire.
Softy.
I got my I Owe You Nothing University shirt in the background.
Oh, okay.
That's another anti-social creation. That's my guy. I don't get.
I actually haven't seen that one.
That's
just
cool.
cool.
Yeah. And then I got my Martian Manhunter on because that's my guy.
John, bro.
John. Yeah, I need to get a Mr. Terrific shirt so I can say that's my guy.
Johnny.
Well, yeah, sort of.
You could do that. Someone says it like that.
Someone is okay with that. Yeah.
About our boy Martian Manhunter.
Okay. Anyways, man,
That's crazy.
Let us go ahead and jump right into technically
speaking. I know we have 2 on the docket, but I just remember that we have 2 more things to talk about. I do have in my possession the.
I don't have anything to talk about technically speaking.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh no, he's gonna know something.
I do have in my possession the iPhone 14 Pro.
I didn't want to give you the answer. That's why I knew you figured it out.
Nigga remembered he got a new phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One of the articles reminded me.
I have that. I can do that.
Yeah, I could talk about this.
Well, which iPhone is that exactly, Iain?
It's the 14 Pro 256 gigabits.
Oh, the rich nigga one. Bet.
Okay.
Word.
No, it's a payment plan we're working with.
The rich nigga one.
We ain't paid us. We ain't.
You got to get approved for that.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't think so. It also
in broke nigga world, you know,
trading was involved. You know, I'm coming off the 10, so you know.
So they gave you $5.
400 of them things. Yeah, I was surprised. See, I didn't expect
that's pretty good.
Nah, they was blessing you. Oh,
that's actually really reasonable. Actually,
that's a blessing because I done gave you $5 for that phone.
Wait, which one did you upgrade
X.
from? Oh, the X,
the 10, yeah, the 10, like not even the refresh. 10.
Wow,
yeah,
the
like
10
the OG.
The X
when it came out in 2000 and whatever the fuck 17. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And they brought it down 400. It was 400 to pay for, but it brought down by 400.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually really fucking good. Solid. That's really good. What?
yeah. So we doing okay. We're doing okay.
iPhones hold all the value,
and I am enjoying the phone. No, I'm enjoying the phone.
Of course you are. You haven't upgraded in 5 years.
Yeah, I'm coming off the 10, so a lot of the features are new to me.
This nigga just went from a PS2 to a PS5. Like, yeah, no shit.
Like, yo, the discs hold so much more
Nigga
space.
Like, whoa, the load times. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, right.
Man, I'm like scrolling
turn it on
through,
and it's ready to play.
I'm seeing the refresh rate go up to 120. It's kind of nice.
Oh man, reading nice text is a different thing, ain't it?
Yeah,
you're like, whoa, like, wow. The scrolling is different.
My eyes can't handle it, man. My old, boomer eyes.
Look at us. Look at us, 60 frame screens like peasants.
Yeah. Particularly the dynamic island is interesting. If I could sum it up in one word, I would say it's convenient. Like it eliminates a few swipes for interacting with background apps like calls or music or podcasts or even like the timer. It'll like show up on the top bar and whenever you want to interact with it, you can, rather than just swiping to that app.
Interesting.
Which is cool. I can only imagine what else it'll be capable of, but that remains to be seen. Or does it? Android saw the dynamic island and said, we could do something with this. Android has an app called Dynamic Spot. This basically does the exact same thing with their hole punch cutout, leveraging the OLED screens to black out the area around that cutout to make what would be a dynamic island on Android. And of course, this comes with more customizability than Apple. Even in this image alone, you can see that there's a ability to interact with messaging, something that's not available on Apple yet.
When they do it, it'll be better.
Yeah. When they bring it in,
probably will be
elegant.
They'll invent it for the first time on the 15, I'm sure.
Hey man. You can't. How can you be mad at them implementing something the way they want to implement it a year later? Because the niggas that stole their shit implemented some shit earlier, but it wasn't is it good how it interacts with text? Is it you think it's a positive adaptation of that? You feel like it's actually helping you with something?
I'm wondering if Google will bake it in somehow, or make it an option at least.
I mean, really, I don't think they will. Yeah. Only if it comes with like their next full Android release, they want to change some more of the UI or whatever you want to call it. I was
thinking like how many Android phones have that hole punch cut out in the middle, not like even like to the left.
The middle, or probably, but I'd have to look it up. I can't think of any off the top of my head, really. Certain the Chinese Android phones, it's not like a standard or not a standard, like a mainstream Android phone type of implementation.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask. So, like, how is it if it's not taking up that exact same space? It's just going to the app will make it appear as if it's taking up that exact same space.
Pretty much what the app is going to do, based off what the Android Authority, the Android Authority article, whatever, is going to take how it Android normally handles notification, like the notification tray, and just have a black space up there. That's really all it is. But I'm sure if you swipe down, it'll turn to the regular notification tray, which that's fine. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they're gonna iterate. They're probably gonna, probably what's gonna happen next year with the 15s. They're gonna, make the dynamic island even cooler, and that same Android devs can be like, yeah, bet, and then update however they see fit. True. But I mean, I'll give it up. That's a really cool thing that Apple designed. I mean, hell, Android dude just made it off the rip, so clearly it's cool as fuck. So but yeah. I
just find it funny how easy it was to implement on Android.
I didn't really think about it. Like it was kind of like that makes sense, right?
Yeah, but, and that's kind of what yeah, of course. Of course they could do it over here.
Of course, exactly. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Not anything I was like clamoring for, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Another thing that's cool or not so cool, kind of funny. NASA, Artemis 1. So we put together a pot on what we thought would be the reason for the next cancellation. I don't think any of us could have guessed.
No, we couldn't. No way this could have really lined up like this in real life. But here we are.
Here we are
in real life.
The cancellation this time is due to weather conditions, but not just any weather conditions.
This nigga's weather conditions is crazy.
This nigga,
you a whole storm out in the ocean.
This nigga's weather conditions is crazy.
An impending hurricane to potentially hit Florida that goes by the name of, you guessed it, Ian.
Thanks, Ian.
Thanks a lot, Ian.
This is the reason for this time's cancellation.
Ian keep buying them time. Like, nah, I got you. I got you. Don't
I
even
can't
trip.
believe
I got a whole hurricane coming. Don't even trip.
you can't
He
even make this
said,
stuff
"Y'all
up.
trying to
Another
lift
couple
this
more
up?
weeks.
Y'all trying to go up there again? Man, watch these wind gusts real quick. Like,
Why'd you do that, Ian?
That's wild. That's wild. I
Why?
sneezed.
Why?
I sneezed, and then
And
all hell
this
broke
what happened. And that's why you be laughing at me. Trying to bring me down. Your sneeze out here fucking up NASA launches and shit.
right?
I don't ever want to hear about you, bro. Don't ever laugh at me again,
Huge
dog.
tropical storms and shit.
This is crazy,
Yeah.
dog.
Well, on a serious note, I hope everybody's okay over there. These
Well, I mean,
hurricanes are
yeah.
wild. These hurricanes are wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
Hopefully.
people
A
are.
lot of poor people just be like,
prepping and-
whatever, and they just live there, or not
Florida.
live there. They'll just stay there
They'll
while it
deal with
happens.
it while it happens.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody is staying safe though. Definitely for sure.
For sure,
Yeah.
definitely need y'all to stay safe.
But it is humorous that we sit here and we talk about the legitimacy of these space flights and yada 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 and them having excuses. Ian brought up when he first even brought this up, we were talking about the excuses they had made before for not launching it, and now here they are, and it's not launching again.
This is
for
super
what at least we
legitimate.
know, probably a legitimate thing. But knowing our luck now, they canceled it and then watch the hurricane go off course and not even come in here, and they're like, "Oh, we could have launched."
We could have
Watch,
launched.
just watch.
That's probably gonna
some
happen,
crazy
man.
shit. Like that's how it always happens,
Yeah.
But then obviously on the serious side, if the hurricane is coming through, hopefully everybody stays safe and is able to be sheltered and whatnot.
Yeah. At this point, it remains to be determined when we will attempt to travel to outer space again.
Never.
Speaking of outer space, James Earl Jones, aka King of Zamunda, aka Mufasa, aka the voice of Darth Vader, who I didn't know about. I didn't know that was a thing till late, much later. I think Derek told me about this for the first time a couple of years ago.
I thought you were gonna say I didn't know
Ian
until
gave me credit
later today. Now
he's being
no.
They gave me real humble. But this was off the cuff credit. I didn't know that credit was coming. I was just listening, and this nigga was like, "No, I think actually Derek told me." I was like, "Whoa, I did? No, I probably did."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Look at me.
James Earl Jones has signed over the rights to his archival voice work. Archival. Not sure if it was directly to Lucasfilms or Disney or the developers of this app.
If he gave it to the developers of the app, that's interesting. But I'm gonna guess he probably gave it to Disney. Disney, y'all can use this as y'all see fit in movies and yada. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of limitations on it too. I'm sure he didn't just give them free range to do whatever they want. It has to be for products and in these films and he probably has to approve using his voice in maybe a new film if they want to do a new IP but use his voice as the voice of God or something in the sky. Oh, we can, but you're gonna have to. I gotta approve that role or whatever.
And from what the article suggested, it was an approval from James himself.
Signed off on it,
Mr. Earl Jones. He what they did was take bits from the older Star Wars films, and they actually already did this. They recreated his voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They did.
Yeah, he didn't do the.
Yeah,
he wasn't actually there.
Yeah, but he was credited for being in the film, though. I mean, the show, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's his voice. Yeah, he should.
Yeah. So then,
anytime his voice is used, it should be credited. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So I guess we get that answer as far as ownership and whatnot.
Well, not necessarily now. Just because you get credit for your name being there, don't mean you've seen a dollar from it. They'll put your name. They'll put your name there to make it. My name was on MTV, mama, and you ain't getting a dime because your name wasn't where it really needed to be on the right page somewhere. So, but in this case, it don't seem like James Earl Jones is getting screwed over or anything like that. It seemed like it was something he was very willing to do. Seems like I would hope that he still has some level of control or influence on how his voice is used, and that Disney can't just use it on whatever new projects or whatever. They should at least have to consult him on, obviously if they want to use it for Mufasa again or Darth Vader, then, he's already done those projects. I'd assume those have like automatic sign-ons, but whatever. But if they want to use it for a new character or something like that, I think he should have to be able to have some say so, or his estate, in the event of his passing.
Yeah.
Especially they should be able to, act upon his likeness to approve or disapprove any of the roles that they want to use his voice for.
Yeah, because the man is like 91 years old, man.
Yeah. So I hope they are doing it fairly in that regard.
91.
But
been here, bro.
That's dope. Either way, I think that's
been
dope,
here.
Though. That's dope, man. He's done a lot of dope shit.
He was just in Coming to America too.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
The movie. He was in the movie.
Yeah.
He was 90.
Yeah.
Or 89.
Dedication.
And he was fucking around.
That's crazy.
That movie was funny. I don't care what people say.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it. And I watched the first one.
It was fine. I don't care, man. I don't care what y'all say, man. That movie was
I really don't get why there was so much hate, to be honest. It just seemed like, it was like a celebration.
I think it just came out at the wrong time, bro. I think they came out at a time when niggas didn't have nothing to hate on. And it was just primed to hate on.
I can see that, unfortunately.
Because if you just watch it as like a black, like kind of
it's a comedy featuring a lot of it almost was a parody of the original
loosely tied to a movie we already have relations with. They did the whole little Black Panther sub-sect thing, like
they did.
Bro. It was
I thought it was executed well.
I was like, how are y'all mad at this? Like I was like, I don't understand how y'all mad at this.
Fun.
Crazy. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm like, damn, nigga, y'all gotta be slaves or gangsters and everything. Y'all can't just
they laughing too much. Fuck that shit, bro.
Coming over here and having a blast. And then we got kids and shit. Like, bro,
why they dancing and smiling?
Yeah, I don't know, Doug. It's all right, bro. Y'all gotta be tough 24/7, bro. Coming to America too is all right, man. I'm telling you that film's gonna grow on people in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's gonna get its flowers later.
It's gonna be a feel good movie in a couple of years. Y'all just ain't seen the vision yet.
Someone's gonna be on Twitter gonna be like, "Oh man, this movie got so much undeserved hate. This is actually a
banger. A slept on movie. Slept on.
Yeah, they're gonna say, we might have been too harsh. And I'm gonna come back. I hate
you. Or too
I hate you, niggas.
Yeah,
I hate you. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nah, man. But that's. I'm gonna say for now, that's what's up. We're gonna speak about it in the most positive way that James Earl Jones is being represented correctly. So, that is dope from what we know about it there. Which means that we'll be able to keep iconic voices like that for somebody like Darth Vader. I think that's cool. I mean, but also, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a new voice for a new generation. Like we grew up with James Earl Jones. I think it'd be cool for the new generation, especially even with things like the High Republic and stuff like that. If there was a new voice of Vader, would that be so bad? I don't know.
I don't think it would be. I mean, I feel like
maybe get their
own
reasoning.
The reasoning for them, preserving the amount of his voice to generate actual lines for the future.
Well, yeah,
and it seems so far, like you said, we know that they're going about it correctly.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed at all to, brand new voice to Darth Vader. I mean, it can't be too hard to get another person with a deep voice and just deepen even more.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think about how cool it is to think of all the different people that have been Batman or Joker, and I think about like, yes, there are some like, iconic people that are just like, that's Batman. Kevin Conroy is Batman. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he is. But there have been other people who've done Batman really good too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mark Hamill is Joker. Yeah. And there's been some other people who have done really good Jokers. So, I don't know if it hurts. So maybe there will eventually be another live action Darth Vader at some point. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who knows? Cool, man.
Yeah, that's you're technically speaking.
Hooray!
That's appreciate it. All right, man. Geronimo, let's jump into console T.
Console T. I got my tea right here. The black,
what do we have?
Lemon black tea.
Okay.
No sugar, 0 calories. We slim back down. I'm doing well.
I got water that has no sugar, 0 calories. There we go.
Good. However, I drank a lot of that earlier today as well. I realize I'm an iced tea person. Well, I mean, we're in the South, so unsweet tea.
Oh yeah.
Ice-T. See, we talked about this last episode.
Yeah,
we did.
Ice-T,
We did.
or a couple episodes back in.
Yeah.
I mean,
these been hitting. But yeah, console T. Really not too much after the big bonanza that was last episode and week's news and everything. We just have an update on the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaker that got a hold of that person's account, leaked like a bunch of videos and art and things like that, and supposedly was threatening to sell the source code for one of the Grand Theft Auto games. So yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, now I'll talk about that a bit more too because I was reading up on it as well. But yeah, apparently in the UK they managed to confirm a 17-year-old as part of that hacking incident. They confirmed that he was the suspect and they arrested his ass. Gotcha, bitch. But
I thought I heard that did he not turn himself in?
No, as far as
he cooperated, but
he cooperated and is in there. I think he's in there.
Custody.
In the custody. Yeah, I don't know why word escaped me. But yeah, he's under the UK police's custody right now. And then supposedly, they also linked that individual to some Uber.
The Uber
hacks. The Uber attack, yeah. So, which is, they're like, yes, double whammy, we got them, boys. So yeah, that seems to be the case right now. We don't know what. Oh, actually, I'm looking at this thread. Oh no, there's like pictures of him with blurred screen. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, nah, he's done. Oh yeah, he's out of here, bro. He's done.
Done. See.
he said this the same person that broke this news on Twitter. He said he arrested Oxfordshire. For the cyber attack on Rockstar and Uber, same
his name
teenager.
Is Oxfordshire?
No. He was arrested in a place called Oxford.
In Oxfordshire.
But if his name was Oxford and Shire, that would be hilarious. It's like,
this nigga something special, bro.
We all have our own unique qualities. Let's keep it at that. Apparently he's being dubbed AK. Like initials AK.
Okay.
Nah, bro, he ain't got no deeds like that.
He's being charged. I mean,
he got to come out like James Bond in another couple years. Say he been working for the MI6 for the last 5 years. Like you gotta go work for the British government for 5 years.
I'm
come
mad
out like James Bond, and then we can give him some respect.
I'm mad someone in this tweet thread was like, they replied to him and said, "Oh, you mean?" and just said the first and last name off rip. So I know the guy from Oxfordshire, pretty nice dude. This is probably a troll though. But this person got being charged with two computer crimes and 2 counts of violating his bail. All right, I'm not gonna go into more deeper detail about that. That's just whatever. But long story short, the aftermath of all this though, with him getting arrested, during the whole week as well, it appeared that a lot of people came to, I guess, Rockstar support during that, saying like, "Oh man, it's okay. The game's looking good, guys, and that's fine. It is looking good for really early." So yeah, Rockstar themselves came out officially, I believe, the past Monday, and was like, "Yeah, they're confirming. Yeah, we had a security breach, and we're deeply upset that all this stuff came out, all the little pleasantries." But then they also said, we'll see what this means. But they also said that despite all of the leaks, this will not cause a delay to our current plans for the game. Supposedly they're gonna just keep on trucking.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's good to hear.
They don't think there'll be any delays right now, so that's solid.
Yeah, at the end
Still
of the day,
think they could have started development on this about 2 years earlier, but
Hey, they gotta have to get more people's money from
they had to do
PS5 and Xbox.
My bad.
Had to milk that thing dry.
You already know, bro. But yeah, so I mean that's that. The saga is done.
Yeah.
And yes, that's it. That's all console T for today.
Cool, dope. Okay, we are going to do spoilers and trailers, but this is another one where we are not going to get into any real spoilers. So I think what we'll actually start with is our trailer leaks from this past week, because they were fun and there's not that much to them, honestly. So I think the first one that was really dope, the big one that kind of went all around the internet, was our Wakanda Forever trailer leak, we got to see. So obviously they're in like what looks like, I guess, like a meeting of the United Nations, and it's a really dope scene, right? So, and you guys seen it, right? So just the quick overview of the scene, for audio listeners, if anybody who hasn't seen it, basically she's giving a speech explaining that T'Challa is gone, and that they're basically saying, why aren't you sharing your vibranium with the world? And she said, it's not that we're scared of sharing the vibranium with the world. We're scared of what y'all gonna do with it because y'all stupid. And then as she did that, she's literally bringing in a team that they had caught trying to break into Wakanda to steal vibranium or to steal something from them. And so she brought them to the UN to say, look, look what you was trying to do. Look what y'all doing right now. And you want us to give you, like, what are you talking about?
That was beautiful, man.
Yeah. So I was
really
like,
was.
yeah, this is poetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it looked good. I mean, obviously, and we don't have to spend too long on it. There's still going to feel like something missing without T'Challa being here. Without any version of T'Challa being here, and with knowing that they are killing his character in the main MCU at the current moment. So that is, it is something that does take away a bit from it and does make me look at it twice. But I think I can still enjoy a lot of what we're going to get here in spite of that, because of moments like that. You know what I mean? Like little moments like that where it's like, you're not going to just play with me in my face and think we're going to bow to your demands and needs while you got people trying to sneak into the country through the back end. Like, yo, you got me messed up. Like, here's your peoples. And next time I'm gonna send them back in bags. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, like having the same people I'm having a meeting with are the same people that sent these same niggas that I'm about to bring into this meeting.
Yeah,
to steal our shit.
Yeah,
you ask me why we won't share.
So now, why should I listen to you again?
Right.
Oh, and now everybody got the yuck mouth. Like, oh, okay, nah, that's cool. Everybody got the I eat ass face. Word. Word. Yeah, stupid. They should make Killmonger come back and just say some goofy shit like that. You know how much that would piss off the Marvel fan base? But I would laugh. I think that'd be hilarious if Killmonger just came back to you and he'd be like, "Yeah, oh yeah, now y'all got the I eat ass face, huh?"
I will be the loudest person in the theater laughing.
I'm yelping in the theater. I just need you to know. I'm probably going to get kicked out the way I'm going to laugh. But I feel like other people, the internet would hate that. But I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be a nice payday for Kevin Hart too.
Facts, man, facts. But yeah, man, we got to see that, and then obviously we got to see Namor, a lot more of his suit. Got to see him moving around, fighting a little bit. He looked good, man. Looked dope. I mean, like I said, I don't have that much on it because again, I'm not a big Marvel Comics reader.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any like little Easter eggs or things that you got, that we might have missed or you saw draw, but outside of that, those kind of two big things: the little speech, the scene, and then getting to see Namor in his suit and all that. But it was a good trailer. It was a good looking trailer, even regardless how you feel about T'Challa or not. Definitely a good trailer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was a really good trailer. The thing that makes me think about that the entire meeting with, I guess, like United Nations or whichever, the impression I got is I think they might. I don't think they're gonna do I don't think they're gonna do a cold open with that exactly, but I feel like we're gonna get that very early in the movie and set the tone for that arc or whatever, or that part of the movie. Not saying we're going to be sitting there like with the feels for 30 minutes straight, but I feel like they're going to kind of set that and then kind of continue moving forward, whatever plot they want to tell with the rest of the movie. I feel like I feel like they'll be right. Not in the way of like, okay, good, we got out the way, let's skate past it, but to kind of like, I mean, this is what we got, right? To kind of solidify the reality of the matter. So, yeah. Of course, yeah.
I do get it, man. It's we will see, man. We will see. I hope everybody just doesn't judge too harshly. Give him some time and let's give him a shot. It's still a black director, man. We still want to support Ryan Coogler and then that cast. So yeah, excited for that. That was cool. The other leak of the day that you ungrateful Marvel fans did not deserve
tired of
You
all.
ungrateful, pathetic Marvel fans. You guys don't understand how grateful you have it. And I say this as somebody who really enjoys the MCU, but I cannot sit here and claim to be this big, deep Marvel fan, right? That's not me. I just enjoy this shit. I look this stuff up. I'm a DC guy. But you Marvel fans are so entitled that you're crying because you didn't get one specific trailer, but you got the trailer for Loki. I heard people say they said the show is trash. I'm like, what are you watching? What did you watch if you think Loki season 1 was trash? I know there was a couple of moments that were a little convenient and a little bit choppy, and we've talked about it on this show. We've been highly critical of season length, episode length. We've covered all of it. Go back and listen to our reviews of the episodes. We did it. We talked about it then. I promise you. We didn't let them off the skate with that. But to say you're not excited for Loki season 2 is crazy. To say that you're this whack show and this show is so boring and nobody cares about this trailer is crazy because you wanted the Marvels trailer more. That's
I honestly think that's cap for what they're saying for sure. Yeah, I think that's cap, and I feel like a lot of these wider, annoying, loud MCU people on social medias and stuff, they make, like, yeah, sure, phase 4, it's been a bumpy road for sure due to things changing, plans changing, COVID, fucking storylines, and the whole arcs up in some of the shows and movies. But man, I swear they be making I hate the MCU their whole personality.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's cool to be critical on things you see. I'm critical on the things we've seen. We've done it on this podcast for years now. Yep. But it's like, they all annoy the hell out of me, man. Yep. I can't stand them. I can't stand them.
I don't get it, man. But anyways, not really much to go through in this trailer. Basically, we see Loki kind of glitching around through time. Obviously, him and Sylvie are going to be going through a very odd experience, right? Because they're the only two people from the last instance of the Kang multi-war and that other timeline, essentially, or that other universe, whatever you want to call it. They're the only ones from that who still exist here. So their time is going to react different for them. They're going to function differently in whatever this dimension is for them. Like, they're going to interact weirdly. So we're kind of seeing Loki run around and explain himself to people again and try to basically explain what happened, showing that Kang is behind things and trying to get them to understand what's actually happening. And I'd be interested to see how many times he has to do that or how long that lasts or whatever, if he's really in Kang's mind or how they connect. That'd be interesting to see. How that plays out with Loki. We haven't seen really much of Sylvie, and then we got to see Ravonna. She was she had a little little showcase. She was wearing some white, I think it was. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it looked like a good trailer again, man. It got me hyped. They're going through time travel. We know Kang is coming back and he's doing different shit, running the TVA slightly different. We know Mobius, he's got his whole, he's coming right back into the fold. We're seeing characters we're familiar with. So yeah, man, I don't see how people aren't excited for Loki like season 2. I think you're just missing out. I mean, did you guys anything about that? I know I just kind of ran that down a little quick, but was there anything in the Loki season 2 trailer that stuck out to y'all in the week?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how, like, I feel like Loki's gonna. I find it kind of funny. I feel like we're gonna get like a slight reversal on like how Loki and Mobius's interactions will be, because Loki has a kind of, season 1, Loki was like, fuck all this, TVA shit, and Mobius like, oh well, let me explain how shit works. Now I feel like with all the weird mind wipe stuff happening, and this just being the new Kang multiverse universe or whichever, or the end of the timeline, I guess. Whatever. I feel like Loki's gonna try and convince Mobius on a lot of the stuff that he convinced him in season 1. They go forward. Sylvie's kind of on her own right now too, right? I think, if I recall right. But I'm really curious how they're gonna put everything back together for him. But yeah, other than that, none too illuminating about it. Just kind of like more like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Confirming characters and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure we're gonna see a bunch more Lokis and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I don't understand how you're not excited for that, man. That show is just Like the definition of a fun MCU project. It's one of the best MCU side projects. I think maybe people need to see the next trailer that didn't quite leak, but we did get to hear little things about it. And we got one screenshot from Quantumania. I think maybe once people see that, then they'll be a little more excited to jump back and see a little bit more of Kang from Loki season 1, and then seeing how things play out in Loki season 2. I think maybe that'll get people a bit more invested once they see that. But until then, we got Quantumania, and all that we really got was one picture of Scott looking like he got the hands put to him.
I didn't even see that one. Actually,
work. You guys didn't see that one? My bad. I should have shared that one with you guys. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys really quick. If this takes too long, then I might be what will make ourselves look like in editing geniuses, and we will cut some of this down so it looks like I found it immediately. But yeah, well, here's the picture anyway. Let me just throw it in our chat here so y'all can see it real quick. That is what it's thrown. A little enhanced picture.
Oh man, yeah. He's having a bad day, bro. He's having a very bad day.
Maybe here's a better one, actually. Better way.
It reminds me of the this video meme of like this girl who just went through a MMA fight, and she's being interviewed, and she looked like she got the hands put on her too. The girl's like, "Yeah, how do you think you did?" Like, I mean, I had fun. I went out there. I did my thing.
I did my thing. I gave my best.
Damn thing, girl. Whew.
Oh.
If you think
you talking about the girl who did the bare knuckles boxing shit?
I think so.
Yes, bro. Yo, I don't understand that white girl. She was like, "Yeah,
I had a lot of fun." I had a lot of fun. You had a lot of fun.
I was like, did I have a lot of fun?
You had two definitions.
Did your cheeks have a lot of fun? Did your teeth have a lot of fun? Which part of your body had fun? Because your brain was not having fun. You like you were getting rocked. Anyways, hey, but teach their own.
Wait till you see my variants, and then you see him. Oh man, he saw it.
I'm evil. Oh, okay. No, I'm y'all best case scenario, really. But hey, man,
out of all of this, I think I'm the most excited to see Kang some more.
Yeah,
his character is just so interesting to me, man.
The idea that we always know that he's so smart that his people will always end up meeting up, and they're always going to have a war, and they're always going to I think that's dope.
And just
so
him
powerful,
as
they're
Kang.
always going to break outside of that.
Yeah,
I think that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
100%, man. Yeah. So that was kind of the basics of it. I think, Drew, we were talking about it. There was like a showcase down in Brazil with Marvel, and a lot of the video recordings and trailer leaks came from little videos and stuff from that. So, I mean, Marvel didn't seem too mad about them for too long. I mean, a lot of those leaked trailers stayed up for hours. And like, when I say hours, I don't mean like 2, 3. I mean like 10, 12, 14 hours they were up. And then around like hour 18, 19, 20 were they starting to get taken down. So for whatever reason, yeah, they were really out there. So, pretty cool. The last thing that I thought was not last thing, the next thing on our list here, which we won't go into any spoiler depth or detail because we haven't all seen it to the end, but She-Hulk. And I think, just to kind of continue on the back of what we were talking about last week, this show I think it is hitting the marks. It is definitely trying to hit. I think it is trying to anger people in the Marvel fan base that it wants to anger.
So good.
It's
I
being
think
controversial.
If you're getting triggered by it, you are the exact person it's aiming to trigger. And everybody else is just either enjoying the show, or if it's not for you, you're just not watching it. But you're watching it and being mad, and it's like, you could not watch.
If people are just hate watching at this point, and it's like, come on, bro, just stop.
Yeah,
bro.
just stop.
You can not watch something you don't enjoy and not have to care about discourse. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's actually pretty normal and healthy, I would say.
Yeah, it's okay.
Nah, man, the internet needs something to hate on. Man.
It can't be normal out here, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ripe for the picking.
I think things are simple, man. Like we said we didn't like Naomi, and I think we just said, hey, it's not for us, and we moved on. We didn't have to come in here every week and remind people that this is what we don't like, and keep saying this. Like you can just say one time and move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, She-Hulk, I think it's doing fine still. Like I said, we won't go too deep into this episode. But there's, obviously it's more little. It's not a filler episode. I don't think it's a filler episode. I think it's another step in the way they want to tell the story. But yeah, there's not much of like the overarching threats that you're worrying about in this episode as much. Very local threats for you at the moment in this episode. So but it's still a good episode, very good episode. So yeah, yeah, but we had to talk about that because so many people were mad, and then I'm sure even if you haven't seen the episode yet, you've seen that screen cap of the beginning of the episode where they're talking about exactly who would be mad at the inconvenient wedding episode. Everybody is. So yeah, which I like the little explanation. I like the way she played it off in the show. It's good, man. I don't know how you guys can't just sit back and relax and take some of the stuff for what it is. Like I understand that some of it being like precious characters, but then I like on some level it's like, well, if She-Hulk is one of them, seems to me like all the comic book people I know, they seem to say she's hitting it out the park on that.
Yeah,
so
they really
let
are.
her get away with twerking and a couple other little silly things.
They just don't know Jen Walters. They don't know She-Hulk. That's just all it is. You only have to read like all, I don't know, 5-6 different runs, all her collabs, Fantastic Four. You don't have to read all that. You can just read some of the OG stuff, the Steve Ditko drawn art stuff from back in like the 70s, and then get a good I guess 80s or so, and then get a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, She-Hulk is looking good, man. I'm excited. So what are we on with that? This last episode was 5 or 6?
I think that was 6. This week's was 6. So I think we should be entering 6, the last three episodes of the show. 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. Okay, so we're coming around now. We're coming around now.
Final third. Yeah.
Okay. And then our last and final series that we will not spoil. We will not spoil it, but we will lightly touch on it, is our highly anticipated Andor series. Man, and as the resident Star Wars guy here, and whenever we do catch up on She-Hulk, I promise you we're gonna let Gerard get us through some of that and some of our comic connections here. But Andor is great because I have been, and Iain can attest to this, I have been a long advocate about the best Star Wars coming from all the unexplained and the unexplored time periods, and the fact that we are in a humongous galaxy. There are so many random stories you could tell across this galaxy that loosely tie into the main stories without us ever having to hear the name Skywalker, that there's no need that it should always pop up or it always has to be a crutch somewhere. And since Rogue One was kind of our first jump where it did that, well, yes, even though technically a Skywalker is at the end of it.
But they didn't even mention.
They don't mention it, right?
It's not a name
about her. It's just
great.
We need to get these codes here. We need to get this thing to help the rebellion, and we're willing to die for it. And they did that. Like, so like it is. Yeah, Rogue One. I mean, I was talking to Andrew about this last night at the event, and I said Rogue One I think is the best Star Wars movie. I put it up there. I think it is. And so for them to go and have a series built on that, it's almost just like another open blank canvas for them to run us down. And yeah, man, without going into any spoilers, man, I think it is a great opening chapter. I call these first 3 episodes the first chapter. It's a great opening chapter, I think. You get introduced to Cassian and his mentality at this time. You're kind of getting to see his, where his mentality is going, how he's trying to figure stuff out on the fly, what he's really trying to do. We're kind of learning his motivations, and it is a dope story. He's done some things that honestly I don't really disagree with personally.
Oh yeah,
personally, but they want to make you feel like what he did was bad. Didn't get me. I'd be on their side, but
totally agree with him. When you was not in my head the whole time. Like, that's right.
When you see it, I think you're gonna be like, I don't really see what he did wrong. And I think it's hilarious. Well, we won't get to spoilers, but there's a point in there with some of these people. And remember, this is a new series, so there are some characters that there is no reference. They're not referencing from something. They're new. They're new people that are just going to be here that are being made for this series to add into this lore. And they're doing a good job of it, man. I think they're doing really good. I think what it does is it allows us all to be watching something without there being any of the Star Wars elitist people standing above saying, well, no, because of this, and well, how could have this person, no, none of that exists. You don't know what the fuck's going on, neither do they. We have to take the story as it's being given to us because this is the only canon. There is no other canon. You have to take this as it's being given. You can't argue with it. And that's why I love it. Because it just shuts up the fan base. And look, don't get me wrong, you can still like it or dislike it. I get that. But you can't dislike it based on it not being accurate to blah, 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 blah. Right? You have to just dislike it and say there's this part of the story you don't like or this part of the character or whatever. You have to come up with a reason. You can't just be it's not accurate and run away like they do with everything else. So, haha, Star Wars fans. Andor is great, man. It is a great series. I think it is worth your time watching it. I think it is it's different than Mandalorian, where I don't know that the average viewer would necessarily jump right onto it out of nowhere. But I do think if you could get them into Rogue One, then I think it'd be very quick to get them into Andor.
That's the best recommendation for sure.
So if you can, go ahead and if you haven't watched it already, go ahead and watch.
I would say this. I would say this: if you are a light Star Wars fan, maybe you never really took time to see Rogue One because you were like, oh, it's one of those off movies, whatever. You've heard some good things, but you never sat down and watched it. Personally, what I would say is wait till Andor is done. You've already waited this long and you haven't seen Rogue One, so just wait a little longer. Wait till Andor is done. Watch all of Andor all the way through because Andor is going to lead you right to where Rogue One begins. And we know. Oh, actually, I'm lying though. Andor season 1 won't get us there. So really, it'll be really it'll be So
it's set before the events.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah. Well, we're gonna get some more time skips, but basically, we know this is a 2-season series. So the end of the second season.
Wait, it is?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So the end of the so that's information. The end of this is a 2-season series.
Oh.
So the end of next season will be the beginning of Rogue One. It will line in the same way the end of Rogue One is the beginning of New Hope. It'll line in the same way.
This changes a lot of things. Oh, I did not know that. Whoa. Ooh, we strapped in the hype right now. This is terrible, bro. All right.
I don't know why Ian's hating on me for having a little cough, man. Fuck the cigarette. But one of the
my mind things, was a sneeze, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a damn cough. So yeah, man. But like I said, no spoilers. But basically, we are looking at what are the early days of the rebellion, the early formulations of that, and how we're going to see that group build up together, and how they're going to kind of get to the point where they can take out Death Stars and shit. So. Yeah, man, it is going to be a good series, but you do have to like Star Wars to be into this series right now. It's not like The Mandalorian that I think can just draw you in with some familiar names, a couple lightsabers here and there, and guns and Mandos and
cute
Baby Yodas.
Baby Yoda.
This is you kind of have to like
Star Wars. What's going
on because this is I think that new droid is dope. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Droid. They have been smoking the new droids. I have almost liked every new droid.
I think my favorite Fallen Order the
BB-8.
BB-8.
Yeah,
BB-8 is my favorite.
BB-8 is good. I can't remember the droid in this show yet, but I like this new droid. I really like this droid. Man. Yeah, but I think I'm just biased because I'm a Cassian is Finn has a super special place because of what they did with him, but Cassian. Like on the side of that, Cassian is making his way higher. And I remember seeing Rogue One, and I could have bought a Cassian one early, but I was like, I love Rogue One, but I don't have any Rogue One figures because I wasn't ready yet.
I want to say the droid Rogue One was fire too, actually.
Yeah.
I'm kind of biased with that one.
He was part of the Empire as well.
The droid in the sequels is fire. And all in the Rise of Skywalker saga, or whatever they call it.
The sequel trilogy.
Whatever. That whole shit was fire too. The droids be good. They look. They can fuck up some humans, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing with the story. They'll make a dope ass droid they can sell as a toy.
Oh, for sure. That's literally
that's part of the protocol.
They gonna make the merch.
That's part of the protocol for sure.
Yeah, that's why them droids be fire every time. We know. But yeah, man, no, Andor is dope, man. I think, like I said, if you are brand new and you haven't watched anything, then yeah, go watch Rogue One first, and then you can hop into Andor, and that way, you can kind of get jogged into what's happening, and then, I think that's a good way to go about it. But if you are kind of into Rogue One, Star Wars already, I think, starting with this, seeing where it goes, and then coming back again might be dope too. So it just depends on where you're at with Star Wars and how you feel. But I think Andor is going to be one of those deals that Star Wars fans, we're going to dig back and really be interested in. So,
yeah, man.
I think Star Wars fans and Marvel fans are kind of in the same place. But Star Wars fans really shouldn't be, because you shouldn't be burnt out. You got 3 really bad movies. You got some good shows. You should be itching for more shows. So you should really be burnt out. But a lot of Star Wars fans, I feel like, aren't jumping at these shows. So interesting. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what the discourse around this is going forward. But yeah, next week, y'all let me know. I guess we'll get back and we'll kind of get some more thoughts on those first 3 episodes, dive into a couple of the points. Because there are a couple of things I do want to point out to y'all, but we'll get there. I won't. I'm already winding on our Star Wars talk here now myself, because y'all know how I get. But yeah, man, dope ass series. I'm loving that. If y'all are liking Andor as well, let me know. Hit me up. Definitely hit me up or something. Hit me up on Twitter or something like that if you want to talk some Andor or Game of Thrones. I'll be watching it at like the most random time. Like, I'm probably gonna watch this tomorrow morning at like 10 a.m. I'm gonna be like eating food and watching Game of Thrones. Y'all gonna be like, the fuck, this nigga mad late, but yeah, I'm gonna be watching this shit, gonna be live. So yeah, but hit me, man. Yeah, me and Ian are watching Game of Thrones, by the way. We're not reviewing it here because we're not gonna force Gerard to watch Game of Thrones or sit through us talking about Game of Thrones every week. But if you are watching Game of Thrones, hit me up. Or if you want us to talk about Game of Thrones, maybe we can make something work. Maybe me and Ian could sneak away and do a little 30-minute Game of Thrones talk on the episode every week. So who knows? Nice, you don't gotta be short. Crazy. A little short. Yeah, a little Game of Thrones short on the side. We might be able to throw something together like that if y'all interested. So this episode itself is actually pretty short. So this one y'all might be at the end of. So if you got here, let us know. You want some Game of Thrones shorts? Y'all want to force Gerard to watch Game of Thrones? Don't do that. Don't do it to him. Y'all want to?
If they want to troll, then yeah. It's not like I hate. I just don't being you to watch it.
No. We ain't mad at Gerard for that. And hop in there, man. Tell us how you're liking She-Hulk. Tell us how you're liking Andor. Tell us y'all excited for what series y'all are most excited for coming up. What's the next Marvel project you're most excited for? Marvel, Quantumania, Loki, Wakanda Forever. What you looking forward to? So, as always, man, like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. It's been 2 ugly nerds, but there's 3 of us. Peace.
Water your plants. Oh, sorry, Gerard.
He stole a Gerard bar.
Hey, look.
He stole it.
You see my guy over there?
I see him.
My guy is living his best
That was
life,
the inspiration right there, man.
My guy got him the new kicks too, the new pot, like a few weeks ago, bro. He is good.
Healthy. That thing healthy.
He let his leaves glow. Don't mind the tips. That's just highlights. We let his leaves glow.
Man, leave my man alone.
He getting the correct amount of sunlight he needs. He catching them sun rays, bro. He's doing it right. He's doing it right.
This is why Ian's name on his thumbnail be Big Hater a lot, bro. Because I be leaving that shit in there. He be Big Hater a couple weeks in a row. He be Big Hater a couple weeks in a row because sometimes he just be on here hating.
Talking about right now.
No, facts, man. Hating, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right, man. Good pod. We out here.